Inspectors say the company that runs the global education city is doing a poor job of it. Tax officials will soon begin an in-depth probe of all of Jeju's casinos. The provincial government is trying to recover the 3.5 billion won in financial assistance it gave to a company that relocated here. More extensive fire safety regulations go into effect on January 1st. This is KCTV English News. I'm Nick Brontes. The Jeju Free International City Development Center has determined that operations at its subsidiary, which it completely funds and which operates the global education city, are, quote, a mess. According to a general probe by the JDC, as of 2013, Haewul had 20 billion won in capital, but 36.4 billion won in what's known as impaired capital. Analysts say that is evidence of severe financial problems. Unpaid tuition fees from students at NLCS Jeju and Branksome Hall Asia totaled 225 million won. Haewul also made some income tax payments that teachers should have made. The JDC also says the work duties of 39 of Haewul's 55 employees were not properly monitored, and that the company had promoted unqualified workers. Based on the results of the audit, the center subjected 22 Haewul employees to a range of disciplinary actions. Local authorities will soon begin an extensive tax probe into the island's 8 casinos, all of which cater exclusively to non-Koreans. The Jeju District Prosecutor's Office says it submitted transaction records between a 47-year-old representative of an illegal currency exchange firm and local gaming facilities to the Jeju Tax Office. That person, known only by the surname Park, was detained last month. The Busan Regional Tax Office ordered the local agency to investigate alleged sales fabrication and tax evasion at the gaming facilities. Park allegedly had dealings with all 8 local casinos. New ways to help the community at large continue to emerge. Today we take a look at stores where customers can add a donation onto their bill, so that those in need can have a meal or get what they need at no cost. This style of donation reportedly originated in Italy, and it is now spreading across the island. Dean Brown has more.
At this store, which sells environmentally friendly goods in Seogwipo, a customer who just made a purchase is writing down an additional amount on a coupon. The contribution made here will directly benefit the less fortunate members of our society. This is a so-called Mirenay store, where customers can donate small change after making a purchase, or write down the amount they want to contribute on a coupon. Anyone in need can use the contributions made by others.
작은 돈이지만 손님들이 같이 이웃들을 같이 도울 수 있어서 그게 더 좋은 것 같아요.
A whiteboard hung at the entrance of another Mirenay store selling kimchi stands out. So far, patrons have paid a little more than they otherwise would in support of their neighbors. The people running the store were able to stand on their own feet with the help of the local support center. In order to pay back what they owe to the community, they decided to participate in the Mirenay scheme and extend a helping hand to the less fortunate neighbors.
어려우신 분이 와서 이제 사가지 골라서 가져가면 맛있게 먹을 거 아니에요. 저희가 열심히 한 음식을 그래서 좀 뿌듯한 그런.
A number of people have opened Mirenay stores to share what they have enjoyed with those in need. This new charitable movement, though small in scale, is set to warm the hearts of islanders during this cold winter. Dean Brown, KCTV.
The province is working on its response to a court's declaration of bankruptcy for one of the companies that moved its headquarters to the island over the last few years. The provincial government says 80 of the 100 employees that home appliance maker Moneual transferred to the island have now moved back to the mainland and gotten new jobs. The remaining 20 are now applying for unemployment benefits and seeking to recover unpaid wages. Local officials have offered to help them find work at another locally relocated company. The province gave 3.5 billion won in financial assistance to Moneual in order to help it set up new equipment and facilities on the island. It is now seeking to recover that money through sole guarantee insurance. Stricter fire prevention laws go into effect on January 1st. Apartment buildings with sprinkler systems and at least 11 floors will be required to undergo strict fire safety inspections. The current minimum height limit is 16 floors. All public buildings will have to submit an annual report to a fire department of the results of fire extinguishing facility inspections. Finally, dormitories, accommodations, hospitals, and medical clinics will be required to appoint a fire safety assistant regardless of facility size. This week on Jeju A to Z, Todd Thacker takes a brief look at Bijarim Forest, a habitat of nutmeg trees in Gujaub, Jeju City. Approximately 2,800 trees grow there, and since 1993, the forest has been designated Natural Monument number 374.
Christmas is just around the corner, and if you've ever enjoyed a festive dessert or cup of eggnog, there's a very good chance that you've tasted nutmeg. What may surprise you, though, is a natural gem east of Jeju City, which is a very special group of nutmeg trees, some estimated to be 800 years old. Bijarim Forest in Pyeongdae-ri, Gujaub, covers 45 hectares and is home to 2,800 nutmeg trees. This peaceful Jeju evergreen forest offers visitors the chance to take a calming stroll along a 1.2-kilometer path. As an added bonus, the beautiful thick foliage, which towers as high as 12 to 15 meters tall, protects walkers from the strong sun and wind. A number of rare orchid varieties also grow here. The forest was designated Natural Monument number 374 in August 1993. Bijarim also has a couple of famous members. Many of the trees have branches which intertwine. They are referred to as yolimok, trees of love. Many couples like to make wishes under these embracing trees. And keep an eye out for one of the largest and oldest nutmeg trees in the country, the so-called ancestor tree, which is about halfway down the path. Many people have their pictures taken with this illustrious elder. The nutmeg tree blossoms in April and May and bears fruit in September and October. Thought to boost the immune system, nutmeg has long been an ingredient in traditional medicines. Jeju nutmeg was sent to the royal court as a tribute to the king. The wood is also very suitable for use in making furniture. Whatever the season, Bijarim is a beautiful and pristine natural destination with something for everyone. Todd Thacker, KCTV.
The Seogwipo population continues to grow, with most of the growth concentrated in a couple of areas. City officials pegged the number of area residents last month at 162,000. That's 3,000 more than in November 2013. The population of Daeryundong grew by 1,100, while 550 more people were living in Daejongeup. Officials attribute the growth to the number of people moving to the area because of the Jeju Inno-City and the Global Education City. Turning to Arirang now, the commemorative Korea-ASEAN Summit this week on the mainland won't be all work and no play. There's a special art display called the Jewels of ASEAN that has been set up. Each artwork in it represents a landmark in one of the members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Arirang's Park Ji-won has more.
These lighted installation art pieces are called the Jewels of ASEAN, with each representing a landmark in each of the 10 ASEAN member countries. from the magnificent Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque in Brunei to the famous Buddhist site of Sheragan Pagoda in Myanmar, the replicas are set up at Gwanghwamun Square, facing Korea's landmark Gyeongbokgung Palace. They symbolize the rich cultures and values of the ASEAN countries.
We are the traveler from Thailand and we are happy to see our landmark from Thailand is Wat Arun. It's a representative temple in Thailand, very popular in Thailand.
The exhibition was organized to celebrate the beginning of the two-day Asean-Korea Summit that starts Thursday in the southeastern port city of Busan.
Each embassy of the respective ASEAN countries designated their representative landmark. They symbolize each member country's cultural heritage, their history, and their future. We hope the project facilitates a deeper understanding of ASEAN countries among the Korean public.
During the exhibition period, a tourism booth will provide visitors information on popular tourist destinations in ASEAN member countries. Fun events like quiz competitions are in store as well. 박지원, 아리랑 뉴스.
There's now about one vehicle for every 2 island residents. For more on that and other stories that made it into local papers, we begin our news roundup with a look in the Jeju Ilbo. On Wednesday, Governor Won Hee-jong paid a visit to Seoul's Gadak Market to encourage Mandarin wholesalers there. Prices did in fact spike that day, but analysts say it was a temporary rise. There are now 300,000 vehicles on island roads, about 14% more than last year. Jeju city streets are especially busy. There are 16.7% more cars here than there were in 2013. The Jaemin Ilbo is reporting on the conclusion of a free trade agreement between South Korea and Vietnam. President Park Geun-hye met her Vietnamese counterpart on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit in Busan to wrap the deal up. Moneual's bankruptcy was not directly related to its relocation to the island, but analysts are concerned it could affect other companies that have moved here or are considering doing so. Yonhap is reporting that the Transportation Ministry has called in Korean Air Vice President Jo Hyun-ah for questioning this week over the nut rage incident that has triggered a public uproar. An official said there are conflicting accounts of what actually happened on the plane. According to government estimates, the number of people living in Seoul and its surrounding metropolitan area will peak in 2029. When they will account for more than half of South Korea's total population.
The Jeju Folk Village Museum is hosting a display of traditional calligraphy and woodcraft. The Jeju Museum of Art will soon open an exhibition of art created by area children. Classical music lovers won't want to miss a December 12th concert at the Seogwipo Arts Center. The musical Chicago will be performed at Jeju Arts Center on January 3rd and 4th. Start the new year with a glimpse of 2015's first sunrise at the Seongsan Sunrise Festival. A wide range of art depicting the people and landscapes of Jeju is now on display at the Jeju Museum of Art.
Winds will pick up and there's a 60% chance of a few millimeters of rain or a few centimeters of snow on Friday. For more, here is your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 5 and the afternoon high 7 degrees. Daytime temperatures in Seogwipo will fall between 5 and 10. The low before lunch in Seongsan will be 4 and the high later on 8 degrees. Similar temperatures are expected in Busan. And the morning low up on the mountain at Seogwipo will be 1 degree below zero, and the afternoon high 3 above. Taking a look at the marine forecast, winds will be out of the northwest and north at 8 to 16 meters per second, and seas will be between 1 and 4 meters, with the rougher conditions coming later in the day. And here's a look at what's coming up. And that brings us to the end of today's newscast. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll tune in next time. Till then, find us online at eng.kctvjeju.com and on Facebook. 시청자 여러분, 고맙습니다.